Hi, I'm Tessa, and welcome to Little Lady Homestead. Every Tuesday morning after dropping off my kids at school, I head to a local farm that's about 10 minutes away to pick up our raw milk for the week. We get 4 gallons of milk every week because we have 6 people in our family, including 4 small kids. So I have found out that we get about 3/4 of a gallon of cream and the rest is in skim milk. We like to drink our milk straight out of these half-gallon mason jars. So I bring 6 to 7 of these jars and 1 full-gallon glass jar to put the cream in. That way when we run out of milk from 1 half-gallon jar, the next half-gallon jar is ready to go with the cream already skimmed. So when I come, my milk is here waiting for me. It's in one of his gallon jars. So I take it and I get ready to separate that cream and put it into a glass container of my own. So I bring my ladle with me. Just ladle the cream off the top. One way that raw milk is different from the milk that you get from the grocery store is that it's not homogenized. So the cream that's in the milk will separate from the milk that you drink. And that is great because you can extract that cream to use for ice cream and butter and whipped cream and even cream to have in your drinks. And so I like to skim the cream off of the milk at the farm. That way I only have to handle the process once and we have milk ready to go to drink whenever we run out of the last jar. So as I'm scooping cream, the cream is that really warm cream color. That's very thick. And I can tell when I'm starting to get to the milk when I have blue, kind of that lighter bluish color streaking through it. And when I get to the very bottom of the cream, then most of it starts turning that blue color. And that's when I'll stop separating it and I will put the rest in the milk container. So I'm right at the end of that cream. I can see those streaks running through. But it's probably better to have a little bit more cream in the drinking milk rather than milk in the cream that I want to use for butter or ice cream. So I'll probably stop here. So now that I have the cream separated, I'm going to put the lid back on the jar. And I want to mix this up because there's cream still stuck to the sides. And I want to get as much of that as I can. And then I get my half-gallon jar. And we have spouts that we put on top of these so we can drink straight out of these. And we can put a new spout on a new jar. Now I do this 4 times. That was my first gallon and I'll do it for the other 3 gallons as well. Skim the cream off the top and then pour the rest of the milk into the jars that we'll use. That's right. I just got our milk home. And everything that we have, there is my cream. It's a little over 3/4 of a gallon. And then I have 6 of these half-gallon jars. So I'm going to get these into the refrigerator. We got these County Line mason jar spouts that have been really, really nice. They fit onto the half-gallon mason jars, and so we can just put this on here and drink it straight from the jar that I put it in at the farm. So I just put the spout onto the half-gallon jar. Now we can start drinking out of this one, since we ran out of milk. We did not have enough to make it throughout the week. So there it is, our milk for the week. This video has absolutely nothing to do with being outside, but I just couldn't resist because it's such a perfect day. I just wanted to be out here. I love fall the most, and to see all the fall colors makes me so happy. This morning I picked up our raw milk from our herd share that we get from a local farmer, and I thought it would be interesting to take a taste test between raw milk and milk that we had to buy from the grocery store yesterday because we ran out. Typically my whole life I only drank non-fat milk. Even though, as Matt says, it tasted like water, I just loved the taste. I never liked anything higher than non-fat. Matt prefers 1%, and my kids liked 1% milk as well. But I never liked it. I didn't think it tasted good. It was creamy, but not in a good way, in my opinion. So I just liked the non-fat milk that really just tasted like water. We do skim the cream off of this milk, but it has a higher fat content. So I was really surprised when it turned out that I loved the raw milk just as much as my husband and my kids, because it does have a higher fat content in it, but it doesn't taste the same way as the milk from the grocery store. So I'm going to see what I think now with the higher fat milk that's raw versus the 2% milk from the grocery store. So this is the raw milk. It has a lot of flavor, and it's slightly sweet. It almost tastes a little bit like butter. I know that sounds weird to say, but it has a lot of flavor. So now I'll test the 2% milk. So drinking them side by side, the 2% to me tastes like half and half, like that you would put in your coffee. It's definitely a different flavor. I can definitely say that I do prefer the raw milk over the 2% milk. So the reason why we started getting raw milk is because, first of all, it was available. We moved from California to a more rural area, and I started looking into raising our own meat, raising our own vegetables, and trying to eat as locally as we can. So when it came to dairy, I found a local farmer who sells herd shares, because in a lot of states in the United States, it's illegal to buy milk directly from a farm. We aren't actually buying this milk per se. We buy part of the cow. So we are a part owner of Elka, the Guernsey cow. That way it's legal in our state to buy it. And so we've been doing this for about 2.5 months, and I'm really happy with it. I like knowing the cow that it comes from. Also, she is an A2 Guernsey cow, and what that means is About 30% of the protein that's in cow's milk comes from beta casein, and beta casein comes in two forms, A1 and A2. Typically, most Holstein cows that produce milk for the grocery store are both A1 and A2, and some studies have found that A1 is harder to digest and can mimic lactose intolerance and gastrointestinal upset in people as they digest it. So A2 is supposed to be easier to digest. Even though we don't have any lactose intolerance in our family, I still think it's a good thing to have the most digestible food possible. So I think it's a great option for our family. I probably would have done it even if she wasn't A2. If we get a dairy cow in the future, I probably would look for an A2 cow just to continue that in case there is a big difference in the digestibility of that milk. So in the last 2.5 months, we have been drinking the milk from the milk that we get. I also separate about almost a gallon of cream every week, and with that gallon of cream I make butter mostly. We go through a lot of butter because I cook most of our meals at home, and who doesn't love butter? So we make butter and also ice cream. So I make probably at least a half gallon of ice cream every week, and I've started making even custard ice cream, which has been delicious. So I have really enjoyed it. We are getting 4 gallons a week, which is barely enough, but right now it's enough for us. So I'm really happy with the process. I'm really happy with how it tastes, especially now doing this taste test side by side. My kids really love it, and I think it's great supporting a local farmer and local businesses. So that's exactly what we wanted to do when we moved here, and this is a big part of it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.